Anansi and the Pot
The
of
scene opens in
Wisdom.
the sky god's vast, shimmering domain. Anansi approaches Nyame, who is seated upon a throne carved from clouds. Kweku Anansi, the small but mighty trickster, was known for his wit, yet he felt a familiar sting of envy. He looked upon the world and decided that if he possessed all of its wisdom, he would forever be respected, feared, and never go hungry again. Anansi, bowing low, voice dripping with false reverence, "O, Nyam, great giver of stories, master of the heavens. I have observed a tragedy on earth." Nyame, voice like distant thunder, "What tragedy, Anansi?" Anansi, it is the tragedy of scattered sense. Every little creature, the ant, the bird, the farmer, they all have small, confusing bits of knowledge. This creates chaos. I propose a solution. Give me a vessel, and I shall gather every whisper of wisdom, every proverb, every secret, and seal it away. Nyame, a thoughtful pause, and why would you do this? Anansi, for you, revered God. To keep it safe. Though, he gestures modestly, only I will possess the key to access such a profound treasure. Nyam, weary of the Spider-Man's antics but intrigued by the sheer audacity of the plan, handed over a magnificent calabash pot, polished and deep brown. Nyame, do this, Anansi, and the pot shall be yours to guard. Be warned, wisdom is a heavy burden. Anansi returned to the earth, traveling far and wide. He emptied the pot of everything but air, and then, using his slick spider ways, he began to trick, barter, and steal every last crumb of sense. The whispers of prudence, the secrets of the tides, the power of fire, all went clink, clatter, thud into the pot. The obstacle of arrogance. The scene shifts to a vast, ancient Irako tree on the edge of the forest. Anansi returns, struggling under the weight of the colossal, bulging pot. His young son, Dakuma, sits nearby, playing with pebbles. The wisdom was heavy indeed. Anansi's shoulders ached, but his heart was light with triumph. He found the tallest Irako tree in the forest, its trunk thick and smooth, the perfect hiding place. Anansi, gasping, wiping sweat from his brow, the time has come to hide my prize. I will strap the pot to my back and climb. No one will ever reach this knowledge but me. Anansi ties a strong vine rope around the pot and attempts to sling it over his shoulder, pushing it behind him. As he leaps to grasp the trunk, the huge, round pot swings wildly, slamming painfully against his shins and knees. Anansi, oof. Blasted pot. He slips back down. He tries again, pushing the pot up a little way, but the shape makes it impossible to hug the tree and the pot at the same time. He grunts in frustration. Anansi, all the wisdom in the universe, and it cannot help me climb a simple tree. I must be doing this wrong. Dakuma, who has been quietly watching his father's clumsy attempts, speaks up tentatively. Dakuma, father. Anansi, snapping, be silent, Dakuma. Can't you see I am busy with the world's most profound task? Dakuma, forgive me, but... Father, why don't you tie the vine and let the pot hang in front of you? It will rest against your chest, and your legs will be free to grip the tree. Anansi freezes, the sound of the world's most obvious truth hitting him with force. He slowly reties the rope, letting the pot settle in front of him. He effortlessly leaps onto the trunk and begins to climb with ease. The scattering of sense. Anansi reaches the highest, thinnest branch. He looks at his reflection in the polished surface of the calabash, then stares down at the small boy on the ground. Anansi. His voice cracks with bitter understanding, ah. Oh, Anansi, you fool. I have climbed the highest tree in all the world, and gathered every secret, every proverb, and every brilliant thought, yet a mere child had to teach me the simplest way to carry it. The full weight of his colossal arrogance crashed down upon him. He realized that even his hoarded wisdom was useless if he couldn't apply the basic sense available to a child. Anansi, if a little boy can still be so clever, then wisdom was never meant to be owned. In a fit of genuine, self-inflicted fury, Anansi raises the great pot high above his head and hurls it down with all his might. Sound, the thunderous crash of the pot hitting the hard ground below. The calabash burst into a million splinters. The collected wisdom, freed from its greedy container, exploded on the wind, floating on the breezes, scattering in the rivers, and settling like dew on the fields. And that is why, to this very day, no single person, great or small, is completely ignorant. We all have a small piece of Anansi's wisdom, the wisdom that was freed by the simple observation of a little boy.